Back. Last time we just loaded a map with nothing on it, pretty generic. I added some comments, and now we're going to add an icon, but we're going to add a custom icon. Where I'm getting my stuff from is pretty much here's where I'll get the stuff from for this lesson, and all I'm doing is looking at the code. In fact, let me drag this over here. Yeah, I just look at their example, and before we had this creates a generic map. Of course, we used a Flask request to get our token, and then it has map.onload. So I copied all of this, but then changed the link to what we're going to get. So let's look at our code. So let me cut and paste that in here. I'm not going to type it from scratch. It would take forever, and I'd have to just look over at my little helper board anyway. So anyway, we have create the map. So since we're in the same function, we have scope here. So var map is equal to a new Mapbox. Send it a style. We tell it where to be centered. Container is map. That's what ties it to this div element in the body. And then map is now an instance of Mapbox GPL. And so we can say map.onLoad, run this function. And in the function we have map.loadImage, and we tell it where to go get the image, and I found a UFO icon. And this is just so it passes in an error, a reference to the image. If there's an error, throw the error. If not, oh, it's not a cat, it's UFO. If I could spell. And map.addSource. So what does this look like? Point, type, JSON, data, type, feature collection. What features? Type feature, geometry, type point, and it gives it the coordinates, basically where to put it. Then it tells it to add a layer. Mapbox uses layers to organize things visually, and we're going to call this UFO again. Icon size, well, let's make it, it was pretty big, we'll make it really small. Save that. We'll look at our, and there's our UFO icon, centered on Wichita Falls. Now obviously, change the icon. I could edit this, get rid of this background so we just have the UFO. But yeah, anyway, that's how we load an icon. Let's look at the code one more time. So yeah, so all we added, this loads the map. Container map ties it to the div element here. Some styling pulled in from Mapbox, and we tell it what zoom level. The bigger the number, the further away. The smaller the number, the more you zoom in. And then again, we have an event, something tied to an event, where up here we had onload. When the window's done loading, fire off an event and run this get method using jQuery to go get our stuff. And when it's done, runs this callback function here that's passed right into the function call. Loads my token. We use that token to create our instance of Mapbox. Inside this same function, we get our instance of map, and we run another event when the map's done loading. Go get my image and load it. Similar GeoJSON. Data to tell it where to go, and then we add a layer. Yeah, pretty simple stuff. All right, that's number 2. I'll see you guys in a minute.